If your PT Core exam is near, this video is for you. This video will tell you how you can score the maximum CLB for PT Core using these strategies, and we're going to look at all types of questions in the PT Core speaking section. The first question you get is the read aloud question. Here you're given a text and you simply have to read it within 40 seconds. Now this is important. If you cross 40 seconds and there are words that are left, you lose marks. And that's why you gotta speak at a medium pace. Because also, if you try to rush to finish in 40 seconds, you'll be speaking too fast. Remember, you're being marked by an AI here. So if you speak too fast, the AI will not catch a lot of the words you are saying. So we'll discuss how we can do this effectively. Remember though, with this type of question, you can get around 6 questions, a little bit more or less than that in the actual exam. What you want to do here is speak very clearly. 2 good strategies you want to use for that is speak with an open mouth. Make your mouth wider. It makes the words come out nicely. And also speak slower. Naturally, most people start this question very fast because this is where your nervousness is at its peak. However, you want to speak at a medium pace. Even right now, this is not medium. I would speak like this. Enroll in our culinary arts series and discover a world of gourmet flavors. There you go. So you want to speak at that pace. Also, you can notice before this sentence, I paused. Before and I paused, and that's the requirement for AI for you to be natural. Pause where you would naturally pause with the points, and that's why not only reading this but understanding the tone is important. You also want to emphasize some words. For example, here in the instructions, it tells you that this is from a culinary school's website. So you're the one who is talking about your classes and promoting it, which means you're kind of a salesperson. So you want to emphasize enroll in our culinary arts like it's an advertisement. Those words that are emphasized will sound more natural and will be recognizable with the AI. Remember, if you're monotone, words are not noticed by the AI. So be natural, use emphasis, pause nicely wherever it needs to be paused, especially when you're starting a new sentence or when there are commas in between sentences. Now, once you do this, you'll be given a lot more read aloud questions. The very next type of question after that is repeat sentence. Here you'll be given a short sentence, something like, the rain outside is very heavy. Something like that, or a little bit longer than this or a little bit shorter. And all you gotta do is repeat it. What happens here is when people are coming from read aloud, where you had all of this written, to this one, right away the first question is the worst, because here you are at a position of shock, which you shouldn't be if you practice nicely. And again, if you want to practice with free PT Core mock tests, comment down below. PT Core will give you free access to our lucky winners. Comment down below, like the video as well. So to avoid the shock, you want to practice at home as much as possible. And remember here, you will hear something immediately. Be ready for that, because a lot of people miss the first few words of this question. So all you got to do is remember it, memorize it, and then repeat it in the same way as you heard it. Emphasize the words or phrases the same way the speaker sounded them. If you are weak at this part, it's very worth your time to practice multiple listenings at home, which are long. So play a YouTube video, 20 seconds, pause it, and then repeat what was said. This will help your memory retention because part of the speaking is to have good memory. Now there's lots of questions for this, around 10. And what you want to do is, again, in every question, have a good tone. It's not that hard. You're simply repeating a sentence. Make sure your words are clear. Have no breaks in between. Here you cannot have pauses. You have to say the whole thing in one sentence. However, if you're really struggling and running out of breath, you can pause, but I recommend taking a deep breath at the start so you have consistency when the recording starts. Also, you're just given a few seconds to record the sentence, so you don't want to be too slow and just keep breathing the whole time. Now, the next question is describe an image. This is 40 seconds long, and this is where a lot of your marks are gonna come from. The questions you get here are 3 to 4, so literally a lot of your speaking is dependent on getting this right. You have 25 seconds to practice and 40 seconds to speak. You have questions such as these, or these, or these. You have different types of pictures that you can get in the exam. So if you look at something like this, the first thing you want to do is, in the preparation time, analyze what this is. It's a map of a residential place plus some commercial buildings. This sentence you can use in the intro, in the conclusion, you can rephrase it. And also in the middle, wherever you get stuck, you can put this sentence describing the overall thing so you don't have any gaps. Remember also, in 40 seconds, you don't have much time. So all you want to do is get 2 to 3 main points that you can explain in detail instead of trying to explain everything. So I'm going to talk about the 2 commercial buildings here, which look like they are government-based buildings just from the looks of them. We can talk about the residential area with houses, trees, and roads. It's a well-planned city. Plus, we have a little building towards the bottom right-hand side. So using words like bottom right, top left, foreground, background to describe the different areas of the picture. And this building is standalone. There's not much around it except a little waterway. That's it. So I will pick through 2 to 3 things that I know I can explain and expand on. And then if there's time for more, I can use them. But remember, in 40 seconds, you don't have the luxury of too much time. Now also, when you use this answer, make sure to use adjectives like this. These buildings look very official. This building is standalone, or the residential area is nicely planned, well developed. These expressions are going to give you the range of lexical resource, and you have lots of marks for that. Plus, it's going to help you in your description, aka task response. When you're done with these questions, you get 1 to 2 questions on responding to a situation. So the situations are something like this. You're in a group project at school or work, and one of your team members consistently misses deadlines and doesn't contribute much to the project. The rest of them are frustrated. The rest of the team is frustrated, and it's affecting the project's progress. So now you got to talk to this person who is the bum, the lazy person. What steps would you take to address this issue and ensure your project success while maintaining a harmonious working relationship? That's what we know. So you're going to address a real person. You're going to use a lot of emotional intelligence. You will be marked on that, which means you have to address the person. Hey, Mark, I needed to talk to you about something. Now, I'm going to say that here because you don't have a lot of time to say, how are you? How's it going? Plus, this is a serious tone. Based on the situation, you have to adapt accordingly. Sometimes the situation could be you spilled a cup of coffee. So the start there would be, hi there, I am so sorry for doing this. And you can even skip the hi there, just start by I'm so sorry. So the greeting really depends on the situation given. In this case, I'm going to say, hey Mark, let's talk about something, and then address the project. Now, again, emotional intelligence. You want to use words like, I understand that you have been pretty busy with your personal life. However, to talk about that person, don't just go outright blaming him. And again, in cases like these, you don't have to necessarily use an apology. However, you can say, I apologize if my words sound harsh. However, we need to. But in a lot of cases, 80% of the times, you have to really apologize because mostly in these situations, you're making a mistake. So you address that mistake, apologize, make sure to get that emotional intelligence done there. Also in between, you want to have 2 to 3 points. In this case, for example, you're going to give your teammate some deadlines. You can say, hey, if this continues to happen, unfortunately, we have to submit this next week. If you're not able to do your part, we have to get someone else. That could be one reason. Another reason could be something like, I try to talk to the team and they are just frustrated with the performance. I have to be straightforward with you. We got to come up with a solution. So 2 to 3 points again, and then emotional intelligence, and wrap it up. That is going to be the respond to a situation question, 1 to 2 questions there. Finally, you get a very weird question at the end, which is answering short questions. These questions could be something like, the speaker would say, you will hear an audio, and the speaker would say, what do you wear in winters to stay warm? And the answer is jacket or toque. And that's it. So use the most simplistic answer. Here, you should never use a long sentence, never ever. Don't ever say, we use a jacket. You just say jacket, okay? And again, coming back to simplistic, is a jacket, toque, or boots? Sometimes all 3 are correct. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's just one. And that can be a little unfair because you might wear different things in the winters. But think about what generally people would say. The first thing that comes to the general population's mind would be a jacket. It also covers the major part of your body, so we would use that instead of something like boots. But in case you say jacket and boots, jacket or boots, a lot of the times it can get accepted. However, I would try to keep it simple and just say jacket. Articles, a jacket, the jacket, not a problem. You can use them too. But remember, these are short words or phrases. One or a few words, and a few words means a phrase, not a complete sentence ever. And you get a few of these questions, and that's what wraps it up. So guys, make sure to practice really hard. Please like, share, and subscribe as well. Lots of great PT Core content coming up very soon.